This is Sky and Ray. Our team will present a useful topic of diet, reduce carbs. Carbs is the abbreviation of carbohydrates, 碳水化合物, which is composed of glucose. Carbs are the most important energy source of human, and we can get them from rice, noodle, and bread, etc. Depends on the length and conventional way. There are plenty of different kinds of carbs. Starch, 淀粉, is the most famous. Does everybody know it? Reduce means less than before. I do reduce carb diet about 8 weeks and got lots of benefits, such as dropping my waist about 10 centimeters and losing weight 5 kilos and keep good in spirits and so on. So we want to share this amazing diet tonight.
Sure.
And we divide the presentation into 3 parts. First, we will review the critical nutrients we can get energy from. Then explain why reduced carb diet can help us. And the key point, blood sugar, also called blood glucose, that is related with insulin and GI value. Second, we share the benefits and how to start it. Following 2 issues are worth discussing, and that emphasize the importance of balanced diet. Now let's get started.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
I'm Sky in the beginning. I want to ask everybody a question. Have you ever seen about what we eat? And have you ever heard a famous sentence, we are what we eat? Yes?
Yes.
Food is the best means to generate energy, calorie, and support life. If you want to keep in health, you should care about what you eat. Today, we focus on 3 nutrients which can be used as energy source: carb, protein, and fat. The 3 nutrients supply not only energy but other critical function for our body. After our body transfer food into form we can use, we store those glycogen, 肝糖, and fat for our body function and daily activity. Glycogen, 肝糖, is the main storage form of the glucose in the body, and we can quickly break down it into glucose and get energy. However, the amount of the glycogen we can store is less. Its storage is full. Our body stores energy as a second form fat. When we need energy, we use glycogen first. After glycogen is run out of, our body uses fat to make energy. Then we discuss blood sugar and 2 related key points: insulin and the GI value. When we eat, we digest food into small units we can absorb. Blood sugar rises and our body secretes hormone insulin to move some sugar from blood into cell to supply energy. The condition is like the right graph. The y-axis is blood sugar, the x-axis is time. When we have a meal, our blood sugar rises. Blue line, our body detect. Then secret insulin, red line, to control blood sugar and keep it in a range. Another key point is GI value, which is based on how much a food item raises blood sugar level. According to the below graph, we can clearly now carbs GI is much higher than proteins and fats. In addition, the time proteins and the fats supply energy are longer than carbs. If we eat high GI food, our blood sugar, like roller coaster, 云霄飞车, dramatically goes up the down. Recent studies found out the higher blood sugar you will have, the more extra sugar will be stored as fat. Besides, the frequent fluctuation of the blood sugar damages our body, which is thought in correlation with chronic disease such as hypertension, diabetes. So if we cut out all the carbs and select low GI food, that can help us maintain blood sugar at the middle range and prevent fat forming. The more you keep your blood sugar level, no fat storing happens, the more fat you burn. By the way, if we are at low blood sugar, we will feel tired and have bad mood. That's really important for our health. Following in the second part.
I'm ready. Following, I will share 3 benefits of the diet. First is no food coma. Coma is a state in which a person is unconscious and can be woken. And a food coma is a funny word to describe the sleepy state after you have a meal, especially eating a large amount of food or high GI diet. The main reason we can avoid the food coma is to control our blood sugar. Don't let it fall below the ideal range. Not at low blood sugar condition. Frank say, even do not take a break after lunch. He's energetic in the afternoon and elevates the work efficiency. The second benefit is to decrease body fat, which contains subcutaneous and visceral fat, 皮下与内脏脂肪. We focus on visceral fat. Visceral fat is the fat distributed over organs that is reported extremely harmful and so high correlation with diabetes, heart disease, and certain cancers. Therefore, we should care about body fat rather than weight, especially someone looks thin with an unbalanced diet. Watch the right figure. The 2 girls have the same weight, but different body fat percentage. Really different appearance. Fat is less dense than muscle, which means fat occupies more space. 20% body face girl looks skinnier than the 35%. Just like the previous 12 degrees body fat, we can get in shape, so we have good appearance. Otherwise, our spine could keep in normal S-sharp curve. That is the stress of low back. Here, I will introduce how to start this amazing diet. Step 1 is to take sugar drinks, snacks, lots of food in sugar away, because they impact our blood sugar seriously. The more frequent blood sugar fluctuates, the greater chance we store fat, so we should eat only at regular mealtime to reduce the fat production. If you feel hungry out of mealtime, you can drink something can affect blood sugar, such as water, black coffee, and tea. The second step is to choose whole food instead of processed food. What are they? For example, brown rice and rice, whole grain bread and bread, fruit and juice. The right-hand illustration is brown rice. Through processing, remove its outer and specific part, it becomes rice. The structure of brown rice is firmer than white rice, and our digestive system needs to consume more energy to digest. In addition, our blood sugar goes up slowly. That is, whole food has a low GI value than processed food. So, whole food really help us keep blood sugar. By the way, we can absorb more nutrients from the part removed and processing. The last step is to replace carbs with proteins and fats. Because proteins and fats are low GI, they are helpful for controlling blood sugar, and their digestion time are longer. We won't feel hungry during meals. They also provide lots of functions, such as building our cells. Besides, we should take enough vegetables, which are rich in fibers, 纤维. In fact, fibers are one kind of carbs, but they are different from the previous mentioned carbs. They can be digested and supply energy, but they are critical for our health because of promoting both 肠子 movement and excretion. The graph is like a dish for a meal. I think we don't perceive in the numbers how much percentage we should take. It's a concept, just decrease carbs and get carbs from whole food. Increase proteins and fats and take enough vegetables.
The example I eat a day, I prefer sweet potato, eggs, and energy soup. Energy soup is made of fruits, nuts, vegetable, and olive oil, mixing with milk and soy milk. And this breakfast contains the essential nutrients we need. And it's really different from the general breakfast, which only has lots of carbs and eggs, protein, fiber, and other nutrients. At lunchtime, I take brown rice instead of rice, and many protein like pork, tofu, chicken, and salmon, and lots of vegetable, mushroom, color varieties. In addition, I cook with olive oil and don't restrict the fats in meat. Actually, protein and fats could stay in our stomach longer than carbs, and that help us don't feel hungry. Oh, at night I seldom have carbs and take about 3 kinds of vegetable and 1 third meat, 1 third protein. Here's a video similar with what I do, reduce the intake of carb. It's called 211全平衡餐. If you care about the amount you should eat, it's also a simple rule to follow. Let's watch.
第一阶段的启动期。
211瘦身餐盘的采用，其实我们大别为3段。3段其实是循序渐进的概念。对于平常吃很多淀粉类的人，或者平常比较容易发胖的人，大概这个主要的原因大概都是糖分的摄取太多。所以211餐盘的第一阶段是希望你很快的掌握到211的确实比例。这个比例其实在概念上面就已经把淀粉类比如说饭类、饭或者这个饭限制在那个1/4格里面。原则上已经告诉你说，淀粉绝对要限制。接下来就是保障蛋白质的量。然后填充充分的补充的蔬菜，让你平常不吃蔬菜的人，可以在第一阶段这个比较容易做的调整。那这个调整离你平常的生活大概不会太远，一般人的人也非常容易做到。所以211的初期，这个我们叫启动期，就是要调整你对食物的一个配置的感觉。
第2阶段积极减重期。
那第2阶段呢，就开始要更加的认真面对。如果你在第一阶段的那个组合就可以很顺利减重，你就不妨一直用这个方法。假如说吃了一段时间会卡关，那你就要接下来了解说你身体对于糖分的适应。第2个阶段我们把它叫做积极减重，或者是精进期。这个精进期的时候就要开始去调整这个碳水化合物的量。所以原来的1/4这个格子其实可以往上调，也就是你可以把这个量弄得更少一点。那我原来给各位做的概念，通常就是说以1/4或者是以拳头作为一个配比，就大概你的饭不要超过1个拳头，你的肉大概是用1个手掌，那你的这个蔬菜呢大概是2个拳头，所以2个拳头1个手掌再加1个拳头，这是211在基本盘里面最容易做的配比。进入到精进期的时候，你就要开始去想说我的碳水化合物的量，糖分进入身体主要从哪里来？主要就是从这个淀粉类来。所以假如说你有卡关的情况，淀粉可以再少，那少的就变成半个拳头。那所少掉那个部分可以用蛋白质来补充，就等于说是蛋白质、豆鱼肉蛋的量增加，而这个淀粉的量就减少。
第3阶段冲刺期。
那接下来就是所谓的最后的冲刺期，或者是假如你体重已经开始逐渐的达标，你希望要能够更快速的到你的标的，你可以用2个策略，一个就是你如果达标的话，叫做维持期，维持期你可以稍微松散点回到基础211，或者是更加的精进期，或者是积极减重，加强的这个效果，那你就可以把这个碳水化合物的量再减少。也就是说大原则现在坊间很流行所谓的减碳饮食。那211如果你要硬去算它这个碳的含量，它也可以落在减碳饮食的这个大概念里面。只是减碳饮食其实那个碳，它用百分比去计算的时候，其实你很难掌握那个百分比是多少。那211就给你一个比较简单的概念，反正我用眼睛去目视法，大概抓这个分量，大概是8、9不离10那原则上也是所有的营养师都会跟你讲说，其实你严格去计算说这个碳水化合物有多少，那个脂肪有多少，它在实际上面的操作的意义并没有那么大，反而是你长期能够一个方便的，很容易掌握，可以长期执行的方法，终身执行的这个减重方法，才是真正的王道，才会让你能够终身的很方便的去坚持执行，而达到体重的维持。
The above, we talk about many benefits of reduced carb diet, which is a very popular weight loss strategy. However, the long-term effect of carb restriction on mortality, 死亡率, is controversial. Recently, a Harvard University study published on the world-famous journal Lancet Public Health investigates the association between carb intake and mortality. It was a really large study. The study involved two pieces of researchers, over 115 participants, long-term follow-up, and the data is worthy of notice. Watch the figure. The y-axis is like mortality. The x-axis is the percentage of energy from carbs. The outcomes show 50 to 55% carb intake had minimal risk. High carbs over 70% and low carbs less than 40% were associated with increased mortality. According to the research, we should balance our diets and avoid extreme diets. Another issue is about junk food. Will you never eat junk food? Such as Taiwanese deep fried chicken, 鸡排, 盐酥鸡, I think it's impossible. In my opinion, keeping in a good mood is also important for us. And delicious food help us jump out of bad emotion. I think junk food can be a reward to motivate us to achieve a goal. Of course, you can take it every day. Suitable amount is the key. Junk food should not replace our regular meal. In conclusion, we should keep body fat is critical in mind, and reduced carb diet is an effective way to control it when you have obesity. The main three key points are related to blood sugar and GI value. 1. Avoid fluctuation of blood sugar. 2. Whole food is better than processed food because of GI. And 3. Replace carbs with protein, fats, and have enough vegetable. These steps help us maintain our blood sugar and prevent fat forming. Today's presentation is just a concept, and I think it's worthy to spend time learning food knowledge and understanding what we eat. Remember, balanced diet, and we are what we eat. Thank you.